Hi, Scotty Sanders here. Thank you for joining me for my Facebook Live. I'm very excited about sharing some updates with you. I was at church Sunday and I happened to run into a gentleman he's a president of a college here in the Dallas area, and he just said his daughter at her school in the Dallas area checked a book out of the library and said, and she had a picture of you on the book, and he realized that I wrote the book Quest of the Keys. Again, that was a team effort, but I got to visit with his daughter, and she's like in the 6th grade, and just to hear what she's enjoyed of the book. And one of the things that she made a comment, will this ever become a movie? Well, let me share some news about that. So that is the two biggest questions I'm always asked is, when will the next book be out? And number 2, when will it be a movie? So let me give you a quick little update on that. So we just signed off on the outline for Quest of the Keys, the movie, the script. And so now it's going to the first draft. So again, another big step in getting Quest of the Keys on the silver screen. So that's super exciting. Still a long way off from that happening, but there's a process involved in doing that. And the most important thing that we can do right now is to make sure we have a fantastic script. And that's what we're working on. So we're working with a team of Hollywood writers, along with a producer that works with Voyage Media and Warner Brothers. And then my writing team is working alongside them and getting input from several others. So very, very exciting about that. So, why did I even do Quest of the Keys? So it goes back to what my purpose is, which is to encourage and to empower others to live, lead, and finish well. And that purpose has taken me not just here in Dallas, Fort Worth, but all over the United States and literally around the world. So I get to be an international leadership consultant. So I might be meeting with someone from Arkansas on Thursday, and Friday meeting with someone in Wales. And that's sometimes how my schedule goes, but it's exciting, and I'm very, very blessed I get to do those kind of things. So tonight I'm going to talk to you about 3 main causes of relationship crashes. And again, give you the context here. So this isn't, although some of these things will apply in a home environment, this is primary I want you to think about in a business or in an organization, and as it relates to people that report to you. So as a leader, and again, I believe that every person can become a leader, and it first starts with leading yourself well. That is really the thread that runs through all of my Facebook talks, is making sure first you lead yourself well. That's the foundational thing you do. So I want you to think, no matter where you are, you may say, I'm a stay-at-home mom, or I homeschool my kids, or I teach at a school, or I'm a principal at a school, or I run a company. It doesn't matter where you are. You can still apply these principles within that context. So I'll talk to you about the 3 main causes of crashes in relationships. And again, the main context being in the work environment. So here's the first one, is a failure to honor and respect others. Now listen to me. I believe everyone deserves us to give them honor and respect. And see, honor means to esteem at the highest level. You think less about yourself and you esteem others even higher. Again, it's not that you think poorly of yourself, but put others first. That's how you honor people. You esteem them at a higher level. That's how you show honor. And then respect. And honor, by the way, it's not based on how you feel that day. See, our feelings can change, but it does come from the heart. So if you find yourself having a hard time esteeming others, it could be a heart issue that you're dealing with. So if you want to avoid this failure, you need to honor and respect others. So respect is to value. It's to value others. It's to be truly concerned about other people. Now, you may have heard the old saying, you got to earn my respect. And can I just say, respectfully, I want to disagree with that. See, you don't have to earn my respect. And to me, you don't have to earn respect, but you earn rewards, okay? Respect is something we should give freely. We should respect others. We should always be respectful regardless of their conduct. So the first thing that we want to avoid in having these relationship wrecks, relationship crashes, is that we want to always make sure that we show honor and respect. And basically, here's what you do. Here's the application there. To avoid a crash happening, we should place people at a high value. We value people very highly. And we want to be able to value and respect people. So we esteem people, we hold them at a high level, and we value and respect them. So that's the first thing you want to avoid is failure you want to mitigate failure by showing honor and showing respect. Now here's the second one. It's a failure to encourage and to support others. A failure to encourage and support others. So let's talk about these two main words. So what is the word when you say encouragement? Encouragement is giving courage to others. So if you break down the word encourage, encouragement. So we want to provide encouragement to those people that we lead, people that we work with. It's a way to give them our approval, your stamp of approval. I believe in you. I have confidence in you. It gives them courage. Have you ever been with someone that maybe they were lacking confidence, but you gave them encouragement and it made them more confident? I see that happen all the time. That was happening in a one-on-one meeting with a leader this past week, that the person said to me, your encouragement gives me more confidence in myself. And what that does, it lifts a lid for their ability because someone believes in them. And here's the thing. We all need encouragement. Every one of us. I don't care how much you may seem like you have your act together. So I want you to think about someone that maybe comes across pretty confident and even cocky. They need encouragement. And here's the thing also, we can all give encouragement. So the second part of that is support. So failure to encourage, we need to encourage people, but we also need to support. So it's one thing to encourage, and that's usually in our words, our tone, our attitude with people. Support is more concrete. It's something tangible you do. Support can be you give them the needed budget they need for their area, or needed resources or tools, or the people, or even your time. That is support. Here's another way you support someone. Making sure you help them with a life and work balance, that they're not working themselves to death. Because as we know, we'll let people do that, and we tend to applaud people for working themselves to death. But listen, we want good work ethic, but we also want to support them in a life-work balance. So that's how you support and encourage people. And here's the application. You want to avoid the crash here. Be intentional of giving encouragement. That just doesn't normally happen just in the course of a day. You have to be intentional about it. You have to be looking for ways to do that. And also, give support. Find ways that you can help somebody. And I want you to think for a moment, who are the people in your span of care? Now, that can be in your home. You know, if you're a mom or dad and you've got kids, or your spouse, that's in your span of care, people you need to be caring for. You certainly want to give them encouragement and support. Be intentional about that. But what about even at work? Who are the people that are in your, not span of control, but rather span of care, the people that you need to serve? And think of ways that you can encourage them and things that you can do to show support to them. So that's the second one. And here's the third one. Failure to challenge wrongs. Now this one may hit you a little bit like, well, how does that help me avoid a relationship train wreck, if you will, or a crash? Because then I've got to confront someone. Well, listen, when you don't challenge wrongs, what happens, then people notice that and they'll start saying, you know, you're not doing a good job leading the organization, or you start feeling resentment toward that person and even bitterness, and you start writing them off. So I want to encourage you to challenge wrongs. Now, let's talk about the right way to do that. So, and here's the thing I'd say to you, the lack of courage when facing wrongs in yourself. Make sure you have courage that you deal with your own wrongs. You're quick to say you're sorry. You're quick to admit when you make a mistake. You need to lead the way there. Don't be above never making a mistake. We all make mistakes. What people want to know that work with you or work for you, that you recognize that you're not perfect and that you're willing to admit it when you make a mistake. The worst thing you can do as a leader is make this big mistake and never come clean and never admit it. So lack of courage when facing wrongs in yourself. Again, goes back to what? Self-leadership. Lead yourself well. And then you deal with wrongs or challenge wrongs in yourself and others and in the organization that you work with. Okay, so but it starts with yourself. If you go challenge a wrong in someone else and it's apparent you're doing the same thing, that's going to be a major disconnect. That you lose credibility as a leader at that point. In fact, if you're the leader, you've got to have less margin and a higher standard and more quickly call out the wrongs in yourself. So you call out the wrongs in yourself, you challenge those wrongs, you can challenge it others and challenge it within the organization, okay? So maybe that'll help you a little bit. So let me give you, I got several points here for application because this is a trickier one. It's easier to give support and encouragement and honor, respect, but this one requires some skill because you have to confront people. And we know that people are fragile. So when you confront people and you do it the wrong way, you can damage people. So let me just kind of talk through some steps to do when you challenge wrongs. Think about this. First, discern right from wrong. Make sure you understand, is this right or is this wrong? And usually there is gray area for sure. But what I found, most things can be black and white to a certain extent. We may justify, we may rationalize, we may be in denial. But when we know something's wrong, what do we do with it? So here's the second part. Act for what is right regardless. Act on what is right. Act for what is right regardless of the risk. So do what's right. Make sure you right the wrong regardless of the risk to you. And just make sure, I'd say here, do the right thing, but make sure you do it the right way. Have you ever done the right thing, but you did it the wrong way and it ended up, blowing up in your face? I've had that happen to me. That's been a great lesson I've learned through the years. And I always kind of pause, okay, I think I know the right thing to do, but let me make sure I now do it the right way. And then here's another point, another application point. Don't tolerate wrongs in yourself and confront wrongs in others. Don't tolerate wrongs in yourself and confront wrongs in others. And then the last point I'll make here. You must follow through so that wrongs are not repeated, or you will lose credibility. You can't talk a big game. You can't set policies and say, this is how we're going to act as an organization and not follow through on that. You lose tremendous credibility. People will lose respect for you if you do that, okay? So you've got to, if you see something wrong, follow through quickly on that. This has been a couple of months ago, but I remember I was at a training session with several people that I work with, and one of the people that was sitting at my table, he was in the interview process of a potential staff member to come work for him, and this person that he was interviewing would have been several layers down from the place that I was leading. And so this person just asked me, Scotty, do you want to interview this person? I said, no, it's not necessary. And I would just say to you to make sure this person understands, in this organization, we will not tolerate people with bad attitudes and bad behavior. And I said, if you can just make sure that person understands, we will not tolerate that. We will challenge wrongs. This will be a miserable place and they will not last long here. And that was my message. I said, sometimes I interview people for 4 and 5 and 6 hours, but it kind of boils down to, we're not going to tolerate people that have bad behavior and bad attitudes. We will challenge wrong. So that's the third point. So again, kind of a quick recap. So the first one is failure to honor and respect others. Everybody deserves us to give them honor. We hold them at a high level. We esteem them. And then we want to make sure we respect them. People don't have to earn our respect. We value people. We give respect. We make people earn rewards, not respect. The second one is a failure to encourage and to support others. failure to encourage and support others. Encouragement is giving others courage. Support is providing the resources people need to be successful in what they do. And the third one, failure to challenge wrongs. So those are the three main causes of relationship crashes. Now, I'd like to ask you this. Which one of these can you most identify with? Maybe the one you need to work on the most. So let's be a little transparent here. And I want you to list in the comments and post which one of these three do you need to work on the most. And maybe we can have a little session here and I'll give you a comment back on that. And I'll also ask you, if this has helped you, one of the ways that you can help me to get this message out is, would you please hit the share button that others can get this valuable teaching, I believe valuable teaching, to help others to lead themselves well. Well, listen, I hope you have a great rest of your week. I'm going to be leading well this week. I hope you will do the same. Until next time we get together, take care.